Is it okay to eat meat on Friday? What does the church says? What is the teaching of the church about these? I thought, okay, it's good to inform the people of God about the official teaching about this subject. Once we have received baptism, we are part and parcel of this Holy Catholic Church. And therefore, every rules and regulations and disciplines of the church is my discipline, my part of life. Eating meat on Fridays are forbidden by the church. If anybody eats meat on Friday, it's also considered as a sin. Not only sin, in the early traditions, it is a mortal sin. And therefore, we should take it very seriously. So I will explain to you the reasons. The Sunday is a great day. We know on one Sunday we celebrate Easter. On Friday, one Friday, we celebrated Good Friday. The early church always used to celebrate every Sunday as a mini Easter day. That is why on that day we celebrate the Lord's Day, celebrate Holy Mass. And the same way we all know there is only one Good Friday. And on that day Jesus died. The church considers every Friday of the whole year is considered as a day mini Good Friday. The church encourages everyone and strictly ask everyone, keep the Fridays with the abstinence and fasting. The church asks us to avoid meat on that day. Why? Because Jesus sacrificed his flesh for our salvation. Therefore, by sacrificing flesh, we are promising God we are also ready to sacrifice our flesh. According to the Latin Rite and first Western Rite tradition, every Friday is considered as a day of abstinence and meat not supposed to be taken at all. But the bishop has the right, he has the power to excuse certain people, especially if there is a feast day comes on a Friday, that day is excused from having abstinence. We read Canon Law, paragraph number 1249. The divine law binds all the Christian faithful to do penance each in his own or her own way. The whole church who is above 14 years of age has to do abstinence because we are part of a church, part of a body. Therefore, you cannot or I cannot say, I'm not going to do fasting on that day. The church will say many things, but I'm not going to do it. I cannot say that if I am part of the church, because that is the day kept aside as a one community, is a sign of unity, is a sign of coming together, and we have to do it. It's not an option. Penitential days and times in the universal church are every Friday of the whole year and the season of Lent. Every Friday there should be abstinence. If not, if you don't do that, we are going against our own body, mystical body of Christ, and we are going against the teaching of the church, and we are going against the baptism that we have professed. Abstinence from meat or from some other food as determined by the Episcopal Conference. In fact, in Europe, in UK, and I think in 2011, it is officially declared by the Episcopal Conference that the abstinence from meat on every Friday is to be observed on all Fridays, unless a solemnity should fall on a Friday. So when we do that, it also shows the collective responsibility, the unity of the whole institution, and this is also a sign that we are fighting against the evil one and the flesh collectively, not individually and isolated islands. We are fighting against the evil one as one family. And that is why the church has kept Fridays as the day of abstinence. It should be taken very seriously. No excuse. Unless you have sickness or any other valid reasons or the permission from the Episcopal conferences or local ordinary, that is bishop. The law of abstinence binds those who have completed their 14th year. About everyone who is above 14. The law of fasting binds those who have attained their majority until the beginning of their 60th year. So the abstinence, the fasting, those who are above 16, they have to do fasting on the fasting days. And those who are above 14, they have to do abstinence from certain food items. We are supposed to follow not only 10 commandments, even the 5 commandments of the church, Catechism of the Catholic Church, 2043. The 4th command of the church, you shall observe the days of fasting and abstinence established by the church. Let us teach our children this importance of abstinence and fasting in our church, the teaching of the official teaching of the church, and take it very seriously. If not, knowingly or unknowingly, we are committing certain sins. So let's follow these teachings of the church strictly.